How you doing? Welcome. I am so glad you're joining us for this. We're going to be making one of the most integral part of a gingerbread house, and that's going to be royal icing. With royal icing, there's two different types, and it basically depends on how much liquid you add to it. We're going to be making what we call a structural royal icing, and that's all because it's going to be a little bit drier and it's going to have less liquid, so it dries a lot quicker. So when you build your house, you don't have to hold it as long. Then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to dye to different colors. I'm just going to use red and green, and then you can thin it out more, and that's the icing you can make if you want to do sugar cookies or other type of decoration. It'd be a little bit thinner. It dries, it takes a little bit longer to dry, but it flows a little bit easier. So that is what we're going to be doing. All right, royal icing. What we're going to need is I have 3 cups of powdered sugar here that I sifted. So it's nice and smooth. You don't have to sift it, that's optional. I just do it to make it a little bit smoother. I have 1 egg white from a large egg. I have a little bit of water here. It's not measured out, just in case we need to thin it out a little bit. I have 2 different bowls, each with a different food color. These are gel colors because they are easier to disperse. Each one of, I have 3 different spatulas. That's going to be one for the green, one for the red, and one for the regular. And I have a stand mixer that we're going to be fitted with a paddle attachment, and that's what we're going to use. If you don't have a stand mixer, you're more than welcome to use a hand mixer, and with the same beater attachments. And this will work just as well. So the way we're going to get started is that I am going to take my egg white. I'm going to put it into the bottom of my stand mixer. Okay. Then use the paddle attachment, and I'm going to take a little bit of this powdered sugar, just a little bit, and I'm going to add it to it. All right. Good. Now we're gonna, this one is a type that raises. I'm gonna raise it up and I'm gonna turn it on low. All right. And I'm gonna mix it until the sugar basically disappears. Okay. And if I need to, I can stop and scrape it down, because you might need to scrape it down as you go because of the way the mixer is built. Unless you have the type that has a little rubber end on it, this doesn't quite get all the way to the sides. So I can stop it and just give it a quick scrape. You might have to do it 2 or 3 times throughout the process, but that's fine. It happens. And also, if you did a double batch, it's a lot easier because you have more volume and it's easier to disperse. See, like right here, I have a little bit of extra that it's not quite getting there, but that's part of it. Alright, and what I'm going to do is, as it goes, I'm just going to be... And once we get it all added in there, we're going to increase the speed to medium. I'm going to increase the speed just by 1 notch. I'm on 2 now on the stand mixer, because what I'm trying to do is get it incorporated. And the reason you might have to add water is not about amount of powdered sugar you have. It's all about the egg. And we're using a large egg, but each egg has a different weight or amount of whites in it. So if you get an egg with less white, You might have to add liquid. You get an egg with more white. You might have to add a little bit more powdered sugar. That's only really if you use like an extra large egg and you get a really big extra large egg. If we're using large eggs, so if anything, you would have to add liquid, not add powdered sugar. So give it a little scrapey scrape. Nice. I'm gonna move it on there. I think it needs just a drop of water, just like that. So when you start it up, don't start it on the same speed you're at, okay? And then you slowly work your way back up. And we're looking for a nice smooth icing. So once it's on medium, you're going to let it go. Let it mix for about a minute or two so it's nice and smooth and everything's nice and incorporated. You may have to drop it and scrape it one more time just to make sure everything's incorporated into it. Drop the whole thing. I'm going to get to the sides and I'll make sure all of this stuff is nicely incorporated into the mix. Okay, just like that. Up, low. Nice. We're there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is drop this. I'm going to take my bowl. I'm going to set it out of the way so you can have a little bit better view of it. And what I'm going to do is scrape off the beaters to get everything into this bowl. Alright, you can see how nice and smooth it is. Has a little bit of shine, that's just great. Alright. And if, alright, there we go. So, a little bit of red. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of this. Alright. I'm going to add it to my bowl. Okay. Then, this gel color, I'm going to add 1 drop. Only do 1 drop at a time. Don't go crazy with it. Take a new spatula, right? And we'll mix it. And if it's not as red as you want, then you can add a little bit more. If it's too red, then add a little bit more white. But that's the basic premise of it, is you add 1 drop at a time until you get to the shade you want. Alright? Make sure you get it all incorporated well. Alright? And then, after you got it to the shade you want, cover it in plastic and let it sit until you're ready to use it. And see, we have a little bit of white on the side. We're going to make sure we try to incorporate that in there. And there we go. We have a red dyed icing. Okay? Now, same thing holds true. Let's do a green. Take a little bit of green. Put that there. Hey. Okay, mix it. You did. And now touch of green if we want it darker. Oh, that's 2 instead. Well, we might have a little bit greener thing than we want. Oh, there we go. That might actually have been perfect for this. Okay. This is more of a lime green. If you want it darker, you can go with a lot more. But like I said, less is more on these things. Okay? Here we go. We have raw icing. 3 different ways. So we're going to use this to make our gingerbread house. Can't wait to do it with you. All right. We're getting ready to show you how to put your raw icing inside of a piping bag. So what you need is a piping bag, some type of vessel to hold the piping bag, and your royal icing. So first thing is to fold over the top little bit of it. That's just to prevent the edge from getting way too much icing on it and crumbing on it. And then you just stick it in there. Okay. Then you can use whatever. I'm going to use this a little bit longer rubber scraper to do it, just to make my life easier. But basically, you want to get your icing, gather it onto your spatula, right, and just basically 2-spoon it to get it into the piping bag. All right, it's really sticky, but that's the point of it, especially with the structural icing. All right, let me get more. You want to get it in something before it dries out too much. Okay, there it is. You see, I'm scraping as much as I can out, and there we go. You have it in there. All you need to do is lift it up. All right, I'm lifting it up, unfolding it, then basically taking it and using our can to force it down to the end. You're going to have some air pockets, so try to work those air pockets out. You take a pair of scissors and you can cut the end, and that'll help to work any air pockets out. I just cut it just really small enough just to do that. Okay. There we go. We have our icing there. Then take it, twist the top, fold it over, and now if you need to store it, you can wrap it in plastic and it'll store it.